Today, we're diving into a topic that often feels a little tricky, but is incredibly important for building healthy, respectful relationships. We're going to talk about how to identify women who are open to physical intimacy, but it's essential that we approach this subject with care, understanding, and respect. Because physical intimacy isn't just about the physical act, it's about emotional connection, mutual consent, and clear communication. First things first, physical intimacy is a deeply personal decision. There's no universal sign or gesture that will tell you if a woman is ready to take that step, and that's okay. In fact, understanding that this is a fluid, ever-changing aspect of relationships is crucial. Every person is unique, and they may feel differently at various points in a relationship, so we need to approach these situations with respect for boundaries, feelings, and individual needs. The most reliable way to understand if someone is open to physical intimacy is through open and honest communication. This doesn't mean asking bluntly or waiting for an invitation. It's about paying attention to the way she communicates with you and showing that you are receptive to her words and body language. Ask questions and engage in meaningful conversations about boundaries, desires, and comfort zones. It's important to check in with each other and ensure that both people are on the same page. Whether it's a conversation about what feels good emotionally or physically, creating a safe space for dialogue is always the first step toward understanding each other's needs. Physical intimacy often grows from emotional closeness. When you are building a connection with someone, look for signs that she feels comfortable with you. This could be in the form of laughter, shared vulnerability, or playful touch. But it's important to never assume that these signs automatically mean someone is open to anything more intimate. It's the way you build emotional rapport and trust over time that can give you clues about her level of comfort. If she's engaging with you in deep conversation, showing genuine interest in your life, and reciprocating affection, that might be a sign that she's open to more physical closeness. However, always be aware of body language, as it can offer insight into whether she's truly comfortable or if she's pulling away. One of the most critical aspects of intimacy is mutual respect for boundaries. Consent isn't just about saying yes or no, it's about feeling comfortable, respected, and heard. Every woman has the right to express what she wants or doesn't want, and that communication should be respected at all times. If she's not ready for physical intimacy, or if she gives clear signs that she's not comfortable, it's your responsibility to honor that. Remember, intimacy should never feel like a game or a challenge you're trying to win. It's about a mutual exchange between two people who trust each other, value each other's feelings, and are genuinely interested in what makes the other person feel good, emotionally and physically. Consent is ongoing, which means checking in regularly, even in the midst of intimate moments, to ensure that both parties are still comfortable. While communication is key, nonverbal cues can also provide insight into how she feels. This doesn't mean interpreting every little gesture or movement, because body language is nuanced, but certain signs can indicate that she's open to more physical closeness. These might include prolonged eye contact, leaning in towards you, touching or brushing against you in a non-threatening way, and mirroring your actions. Again, these signs aren't a guarantee of physical intimacy, but they do suggest a level of comfort and interest. However, nonverbal cues are not always definitive. That's why open dialogue is always necessary. If in doubt, ask her how she's feeling. The most respectful thing you can do is ensure that she knows she has the space to say yes or no without judgment. Finally, physical intimacy thrives in an environment of emotional safety and trust. A woman will likely be open to intimacy if she feels safe, heard, and respected in the relationship. This means taking the time to nurture the emotional connection between you both, being patient and not rushing the process. Trust is built over time, and once that foundation is established, intimacy can unfold naturally and comfortably. The key to identifying if a woman is open to physical intimacy lies in respect, communication, and empathy. It's about understanding that every woman is different and honoring her pace, her boundaries, and her desires. Intimacy should never be rushed or forced. It should feel like a natural, mutual experience that evolves from emotional connection and understanding. Open communication is the foundation of understanding whether a woman is open to physical intimacy. It goes beyond merely asking if she's interested. It involves creating an environment where both partners can express their feelings, desires, and boundaries freely and comfortably. Healthy communication begins with the willingness to listen attentively and to speak honestly about what each person wants in the relationship. When both individuals can talk openly about intimacy without fear of judgment or rejection, trust is built and both partners can feel safe in expressing their needs. It's essential to ask questions that help both partners understand each other's desires. For example, asking about what feels comfortable or enjoyable in a relationship can help establish boundaries early on. It's also important to be direct but sensitive about one's own feelings and desires, making sure that both people are on the same page. This communication about intimacy should not be limited to one conversation, but should be an ongoing dialogue where both people can update each other on their feelings and adjust expectations accordingly. Furthermore, listening actively is a key component of open communication. It's not just about speaking your own truth, but also being present and attentive when your partner is sharing their feelings. Validating their emotions and showing empathy for their perspective helps build a connection where both people feel respected. This level of communication requires patience and a willingness to understand the other person's point of view without making assumptions or pushing for a particular outcome. Healthy communication in any relationship leads to clarity and mutual respect, which are crucial when navigating the sensitive topic of physical intimacy. Emotional connection plays a significant role in determining if a woman is open to physical intimacy. Physical intimacy is not just about the act itself, but about building a deeper emotional bond between two people. When both partners feel emotionally connected, they are more likely to be open to sharing intimate experiences. This connection is built over time through shared experiences, vulnerability, and mutual understanding. As the emotional bond deepens, trust grows, which makes physical closeness feel more natural and safe. A strong emotional connection allows both individuals to understand each other's needs and boundaries. It is important to note that emotional intimacy doesn't develop overnight. It takes time to build trust and feel comfortable being vulnerable with someone. When a woman feels emotionally safe and heard, she is more likely to feel confident in exploring physical intimacy because she knows her partner respects her emotional needs. Signs of an emotional connection include consistent and meaningful conversations where both individuals feel comfortable discussing their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This kind of communication fosters empathy and understanding, which strengthens the bond between the two people. Another indicator of emotional closeness is the level of care and attention given to each other's well-being. When both partners show genuine concern for each other's emotional and mental health, it creates a sense of partnership that can lead to greater openness about physical intimacy. Ultimately, emotional connection is the foundation of any healthy, intimate relationship. Without emotional trust, physical intimacy can feel disconnected or forced. Emotional connection enhances physical intimacy because it provides the necessary emotional safety that makes both people feel valued and respected in the relationship. Respect for boundaries and consent is a fundamental aspect of any healthy relationship, especially when it comes to physical intimacy. Consent is not a one-time agreement, but an ongoing process that requires constant communication and mutual understanding. A key element of consent is that it must be freely given without any form of pressure or manipulation. Both partners should feel comfortable expressing their boundaries and desires while respecting each other's limits. It's important to understand that consent is not just about saying yes or no, but also about ensuring that both individuals feel safe and respected throughout the interaction. Each person has the right to establish their own boundaries and communicate them clearly. This means that a woman may have different comfort levels at different times, and it's essential to honor those changes without judgment. For example, one person may feel comfortable with hand-holding while another may prefer to take things slower. Being respectful of these preferences helps create a space where both partners feel in control of their own decisions and can openly express their feelings. Consent also means being aware of verbal and nonverbal cues. If someone's body language suggests discomfort, or if they verbally express hesitation, it's important to stop and reassess the situation. It's critical not to push boundaries or make assumptions about what someone wants based on past experiences or societal expectations. By actively checking in with each other and ensuring that both people feel comfortable every step of the way, you create an environment where both individuals can explore physical intimacy at their own pace. Ultimately, respecting boundaries and ensuring consent is not only about preventing harm, but also about fostering a trusting and supportive relationship where both partners feel empowered to express their desires without fear of rejection or discomfort.